thanking God for the gift of life, thanking God for the gift of my voice. And you, what are you thanking God for? I'm not alone in the studio this morning. I have my Honorable Minister of Enjoyment, I have Vina, and I have Akin Fatunke in the house. Honorable, how are you doing?
Beautiful, thank God. If you are alive and well, you have good health, you need to say, God, thank you. Well, I thank you this morning. My name is Vera Osopo, and I'm happy that you've tuned in to today's edition of the program. Good morning once again.
Vina Peters, how are you doing?
Good morning, Tessie. Good morning, Vera.
Good morning.
It's always a pleasure being on this table with everyone here. And I'm actually always excited to get to talk about some issues that are bedeviling the nation. But otherwise, I think I'm good. Good morning, Nigeria. I am Vina Peters.
And Akin Fatunke.
Good morning.
Always love the style of the car. Different styles every day, different pattern everywhere.
Thank you very much, Tessie, and I say good morning. And if you are alive like my co-analysts here are saying, should be very grateful. You represent 0.0001% of people who are still alive. A lot of us are struggling for better life. I think it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank
Good
you
morning
very
to
much.
you.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. What was your experience like coming to the office this morning? Because first time, I'm going to record lateness for Akin Fatunke. He has never been late to the studio before. He's always here on time. In fact, always here before every one of us. But this morning, when he called me that Tessie will be running late because there's traffic, I was like, wow, because of fuel scarcity. What was your experience like on the road this morning?
Nasty, and I'm sure quite a number of others are facing similar. Again, the pension that we have to have retail outlets, that's what we call it, or petrol stations in neighborhood. No problem about that. But when you begin to cite those very close to estates, homes, and you don't follow the normal rules, so you can have about 2 or 3, and they boxed us in. Initially, I wanted to call to say, sorry, I will not be able to make it. I'm saying right from my door, just a few meters, knowing fully well that even if I got onto the main road, and for people who live in Isolo, will understand that the whole Mushin Road in Isolo is being excavated, with the view to getting the place repaired. I spoke to one of the engineers here yesterday, and he really explains to me that we have to go through some of the pain. So the pain of that plus pain of traffic. When I left my Isolo environment, coming all the way through Ikeja, the toll gate area, Vera knows this axis.
I do.
And see queues. And the queues are such that they will try and block the road. By the time I now got into Ikeja proper, I now met another set of queues before you get to Ikeja along. I think that's what you call it. Well, again, the only thing I would say is that given my age, I don't know about yours, this has bedeviled us for virtually ages. And if in 2024 we are still going through what we went through in 1993, 1994, in the 1980s, that means it's not yet Uhuru. We must get back to winning ways in this country. So Tessie, no excuse. I left home very late. Still no excuse. I apologize for coming this late. Thank you.
Vera, what was your experience like? Because I know you're coming all the way from Highland, so at least you can give us that report.
Well, today, well, when I left, I left about 10 minutes after 5. I said to myself, what happened yesterday will not happen to me today. But I didn't know that today is going to be worse.
Wow.
I got to VGC, there's a filling station there. Northwest. I have to say it so that the government can know what to do now. You have 5 lanes for people that wants to buy fuel. They've not opened as at that time I left, but you had it all through from Ajah bus stop up until Chevron. They just parked underneath the bridge. They're not supposed to put vehicles, just the bridge. They're not supposed to put vehicles. People parked there, 4 lanes. We were stuck. That's gridlock. We were just there. And I just said to myself, this is madness. Aside the government, it's a must. You must take your vehicle out. You saw that there was already 2 lines. Maybe they started with 1, and another person started their own, and another person. Yesterday I saw last man that helped us out, but today nobody. So it was 4 lanes. No last man today.
That area though.
No last man was there when I left, and I was there for close to an hour and 1 hour 30 minutes. There wasn't last man. So I said something is wrong with us and the government. It's the mindset. It's how we were brought up. It's how we grew up. Yeah, that's it. How can I queue up on the road so the people passing just have 1 lane and you are having 4 lanes? The filling station should be shut. Honestly, you shouldn't allow this kind of thing.
But I was going to blame the filling station.
We can't blame them. You will say, as the owner of that business, I don't want you to tarnish my image. I don't want you to give me a wrong impression of myself and my company. If you are not on 1 lane, then there's not going to be fuel. People will pay. But once you're enjoying the monies coming in, and I let people stay from morning till 4 hours there without buying because it's a bit cheaper, and the fuel tank I learned is the genuine one, hasn't been tampered with. So people are there. Then coming this way again, coming to the mainland towards Ikoyi, that's the NNPC on Ikoyi Road. It was another traffic altogether. We're not serious in this part of the world, honestly.
I love that.
And so when I got here, you can imagine leaving the island 10 minutes after 5, and I'm getting here about 8 o'clock. That means something went wrong on the road. I mean, one woman told me she left, my neighbor said she left 7 a.m. the house. She left her home 7 a.m. and she got to her workplace 12 o'clock. She just signed and told them, that's it. She can't even think anymore. You can imagine when you didn't travel outside Lagos.
Vina, what was your experience like?
It's bad.
Going to the office?
Well, it's quite similar to that because the whole road is actually blocked. Coming from Palm Grove, there's a whole lot of hold up from, I really don't know bus stops, but from that Maryland side, then turning over towards Maryland, is as you're going towards Sheraton. That whole place is blocked, and you have Northwest.
Anthony, Mobaniko Road.
And you have Northwest, you have Total Energy, so it's like double jeopardy. As you are coming out from one, you are entering another one. So that place you would spend, because on a norms, it doesn't take me up to 30 minutes to get to the office from my place, but here you will spend like 1 hour 30 minutes on the road. So it was that bad.
Like triple the time. Actually, my own route to Jodubega, from Jodubega, there's this NNPC there, but last mile officials are there. That's why I said maybe on the island. I saw the last mile officials, they are grounded, like they are there controlling traffic.
They weren't there yesterday, but today, maybe they were tired, maybe it was overwhelming. I praised them yesterday, but today I didn't see them.
But on Jodubega, they are there, the last mile are there, the last mile officials are there, the FRC officials too, they are all there, they are all on ground. So they are directing traffic. There's no traffic on that road as of now, as of when I left. When I get to the office. But for now that I'm seated here, I don't know how that road is. But believe you me, with last mile on ground and FRC on ground doing their job, I believe that place is still going to be better. So just know your route wherever you're going to today. At least we've been able to tell you, if not half of Lagos State, but if you're coming from the island, you know how it is. And if you're coming from Mr. Fatunke's side, that is Egbeda. Solo, yeah. You know how it is, and if you're coming from Palm Grove side, you know how it is, and from Ujudu side, the express is free. You want to link the express, go to wherever you're going to. It's all free this morning. And what exactly is NNPCL saying? Because the news reaching me as at yesterday night on the news is that they are sorting it out that by Wednesday it is going to be fuel. that we shouldn't do panic buying. We should calm down, that there's fuel in the country, but from Wednesday, it's going to be better.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. But this same thing happened 2 weeks ago, remember? It happened 2-3 weeks ago. This same statement was made. And the marketers are saying that NNPC is not supplying enough. When you're buying a tanker for, say, 22 million, that's how they buy it. And you want to use it and get another one, and you're not getting. So what they do is, after buying that tanker, they want to wait, and that's why they are selling this way, because they will not get immediately from NNPC. So they're going to be managing and making money from that one. Why is there hook up? Why is there, a disconnect? Why is there issues in supplying enough fuel to stations? Because we need to begin to ask NNPC, what's the issue? We need to ask them. Then these same marketers also, NNPCs, are saying it's their fault. So who is going to answer us is that's the question right now. Who is going to say the truth, or who is not saying the truth?
Fatunke, do you have an answer to that?
Yes. That we are not ready yet to embrace the badness, please permit the English, the badness that we found ourselves. Okay, and we have said it all over, starting from the fact that our local refineries are not working. We've run them to the ground. We have to depend on imports. And when you depend on import, and then you have massive devaluation that we have in foreign in currency, people are not able to get what you like to describe as the FX to bring in the fuel, and so we are depending on NNPC. NNPC has a big hole right now. That's why the fact that they are declaring 2 billion dividend. They have a big hole as the sole supplier, and anomaly that cost some of us our pips back in the day, that NNPC cannot be the regulator and still be. But then that's what we find ourselves in, and regulation or not the regulation or not the regulation that we are not going to want to embrace. And Mr. President said the regulation is gone. We all say that the implementation has some problems. So down the line, those who are supposed to bring are not able to bring. They are able to take a few. A lot is smuggled across the borders because appropriate pricing. Okay, please listen. Appropriate pricing is not being charged. If you are going to charge appropriate pricing, NLC will go on strike, all of us will go on strike. So we keep on just going in another cycle. So who is wrong now? Is it the chicken? Is it the egg that produced the chicken, or the chicken that produced the egg? We have run ourselves aground, and that is the truth. So in between came Dangote, although Dangote again, controversy here and there. We spent a lot of money on Port Harcourt refinery, and as you know, since when we've been shifting the goalposts. Yes, we have a Minister of Petroleum in the President, another anomaly that should not happen.
Arise.
And following the trend of others, we had a hiatus in President Jonathan, fair enough, who had Minister for Petroleum Resources in Alison Madueke. You also know where we are at. So governance of the whole value chain. You didn't ask me, but I'll have to say this, and please permit me to say it. There's always a strategy when these things happen, based on past. Again, there's a big hole with NNPC. There's not enough money to be able to continue to import. The price of crude is rising. Our refineries are not working. Mr. President, and this government says subsidy is gone. I don't believe that subsidy is gone. We are paying perhaps about 2 times or 3 times, and that money is coming from somewhere, maybe including leakages. So for you, Tessie, who asked me the question, and all of us, we better brace up. The strategy is such that, well, I can't afford it, you know. As a parent, you can't afford. But you don't want to tell your children you cannot afford. You want to keep a straight face until katakata bursts and all that. So the katakata is going to burst, but it's been testing the grounds. How do you test the ground? The scarcity is out there. Vera cannot get fuel. I cannot get fuel. Vina cannot get fuel. You cannot get fuel. So we have to find a way to get fuel, whether in the black market, not at the pump price. So they will test that water to see. In fact, you are going to be the one that will say, just please bring it at any
price.
And then stabilize and then reduce the quantum of subsidy. Call it palliative of a sort. That is not going to help us. I also want us to recognize from my experience that one other thing is going to come. I pray I am wrong, but it has happened about 2 or 3 times. People like Vera and myself, we go to church, we go to mosque, we say we pray to God, we do a lot of connivance, we bring in fuel, we contaminate the fuel, unfortunately. I hope it doesn't get to that. Planes may start coming down, kerosene stove might blow in people's faces, and our cars and injectors are going to be affected. So where do we go from there? Truth is constant, and only conscience can heal it. That's what Usman Danfodio said. And the truth is for whereas she's looking at me and myself to tell ourselves the truth, that we have run ourselves aground. And we are in real deep trouble, but those who are ruling us are not showing the kind of example that we expect to see, which is unfortunate, and which again gets into the vicious circle of bad governance or no bad governance, going on strike or not going on strike. So where then do we go from there? We must face the honest truth that Nigeria is not working. We are talking about oil and gas now. Other areas are other sectors, health, education. Nigeria is not working, and then the earlier we come to terms. I want to be very clear that we have a samurai. Okay, we have a chief executive in Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I doubt if anybody will say Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing his utmost. But I also doubt if people surrounding him in a quasi-federation, state governors, local government, are also doing what they need to do. So looking at Bola Ahmed, it goes beyond Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It goes to the heart of not wanting to play politics, to come to the realization that we must recalibrate Nigeria one way or the other. We just have to. If we don't, I hope we don't go the way of Venezuela and go the way of the rogue states that we have around. God helping us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we've been talking about, a few situations in your area and a few situations in Lagos State and probably Abuja as well. People, you see people at the filling station queuing up long queues, people with their kegs, people with their cars, people with their bicycles, people with their bikes, people with their tricycles. You know, that's the situation here right now in Lagos. But NNPCL has said that we should give them till Wednesday. We should stop panic buying. And I think the problem we also have as human beings, as people or as Nigerians, is when we hear woo, we start panicking. There's always a panic. Look at just what you said. Must everybody go out with their cars? If you don't have a car, if you don't have a fuel in your car, why can't you park it? That is the reason these people will keep selling fuel to us at the rate of 1,000 naira. They will sell, that is why there is no regulation. Because when you see there's no fuel, like me, there was no fuel in my car and I parked it, I walked home yesterday. I'm telling you, it's not we are making it look as if it's a do or die. Though some people, I understand their vehicles is being used for their business, their daily business. I understand that. I can see from that perspective. But private car owners that you're going to the office,
it's not going to be too much if you just join the buses some days so that we can stop this panic buying. Because when you see queue at the filling station, the fuel that should be sold at the rate of 600 or 560, they can just increase it because that is the Nigerian mentality. Nigerians will look at the queue and they will bill you. That is how we bill. That is how we bill people. You look at the queue in front of you. Even the layman would do that, the downfall drivers. When they see queue at the bus stop, queue, instead of them taking the 300 and they'll tell you 700. And we panic, we enter.
Yeah.
Because we have this panic spirit in us. I'm telling you, when you talk about food,
what were you expecting for them to sleep at the bus stop? What are we talking about right now?
saying.
Yeah, I know you're right, but right now, NNPC is declaring profit of 3.3 billion.
that's what I was
As
about
we
saying,
speak.
Mr. Fatunke.
Then
Their
dividends right now is 2 billion.
2.1 trillion naira as of 2023.
As of 2023, dividend. Right now, as we speak, some people are making money. It means NNPC is very comfortable with what is happening. If you're making profit, lots of businesses are down right now because they can't make profit. Nothing is working. But NNPC is busy enjoying. So are you thinking, do you think they are going to rush to help out the situation?
And even though
they're making their money.
Farah, you know, you raised the question yesterday. I think you said something yesterday that they are still paying subsidy. Some say they are no more paying subsidy. And now Kiari is saying subsidy is gone, and experts disagree. They say petrol subsidy is back. That is where we are right now.
Stylishly.
So what is the truth?
Hopefully.
Exactly.
As
Very we say, we are not serious. We are just not serious in this country.
Just like Vera said, we are not serious.
We are
At this
not.
point, I don't even know the truth. Because if KRE can be saying there is no subsidy, and experts are saying subsidy is back. So if subsidy is back, why are we still buying?
So why are we buying at this rate?
So I don't even know the truth. Because if I want to say there is no subsidy, maybe that's the reason we're buying at this
Maybe we need the president to come up
Then if we
again.
say- No, the president has said it during his address when he addressed the nation.
Talked about subsidy.
You know, he talked about subsidy. He said there's nothing we can do about that. Subsidy is gone and subsidy is not coming back. And now we have Kiari telling us that subsidy is gone. But experts, when they say experts, we know they're not
the professionals.
like you and I.
They are
You understand?
professionals.
That's experts in their own field,
field,
because
yeah.
we are also experts in our field. So experts in their field are telling you that subsidy is back. So if subsidy is back, why are we still buying? Why is there no regulation?
Why are they covering it? Why are they covering it?
Exactly. Where are we? We don't even know where we are. In fact, at this point, at this stage,
We know where we are.
I thought
I will not say I will give up,
we
I
were
give
in
down.
the MITV studio. No, seriously, we are in MITV studio, just in case you
We
forget.
have jetted out to the jet.
you know, it's high time our government let them get serious. I think this, should I say the government officials?
I've
are
been
not
telling you
serious?
they're not serious.
Are you sure they are serious?
They are catching crews with
Are you
all
sure
of
they
You are
us.
hearing that NNPC is making profit in this economy that everybody is shouting. So, do you think they will allow it? Do you think the refinery is going to work? The Port Harcourt refinery they've been deceiving us with, is it going to work? Well, we're going to just continue refining our crude oil outside the country.
I keep
And
saying-
maybe,
What's sad, though?
according to Dangote's revelation, maybe, just maybe, they are the owners of the company that is refining it for us there.
You know, I was in transit one day and I heard some group of people that were speaking, and they said, why is it Dangote that has a refinery? Just where he has sugar now, he has cement, he has this,
He
he
has
has this.
everything.
Now he wants to have
Monopoly.
of oil. So then another person has said, if you have money, why didn't you go and build your own refinery? It's someone that have money, they will give the contract to. So in my head, I began to think. I was not like, okay, if eventually he does have a monopoly over oil, just where he has over sugar and the rest, how do you think the situation will be like?
Do you get government for anything at home?
No,
Situation is we keep buying from him.
exactly. So that means he would have control over.
Of course.
Damn it.
That's it.
So it's
I don't know why the gods or the spirits
It's
or
the
the team god
pump.
in this refinery, these are our refineries. I don't know why it's not working.
So wait,
what?
why don't we have a
And they keep
refinery as a
pushing
nation? Why does it have to
trillion.
be like a
Trillion.
one-man thing?
For me, and
Corruption.
myself,
Corruption.
all I want to tell the government is let us know how much they are selling fuel.
He does not have
It's funny.
Wala.
I know for Delta State
I'm
it's
telling you.
1,002. I couldn't buy.
All filling
In
stations
Delta?
in Delta State
Yes.
are just a filling station.
My cousin's car we took. I said, me, I'm not buying. No, not because I'm from
No,
Lagos.
Vera, when you say Delta
you will
State,
now say I
is it
should.
one filling station or all
All
filling
filling-
stations? I'm
Most
talking
of the
about all filling
I
stations.
went. Most of the filling
Because do you
stations
see
is
what is
1,
happening
2,
in Lagos
1,
State?
1.
Do you know what is happening in Lagos State right now? In case the government are acting as if they don't know what is going on. You go to filling station A, they sell for you at the rate of 620. You go to filling station B, they sell for you at the rate of 800.
Yeah.
You go to filling station C, they sell for you 750.
Because some of
Then
them will tell you that they didn't buy
and someone was telling me
from.
one too yesterday again. I said not in Lagos.
I
told the person,
said
I said not in
the
Lagos.
list in Delta is 1,150. Where I mean Isoko, we went round because I needed fuel to go round. I couldn't. I said I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. So how much are you going to buy for? No. This is wickedness.
Vera, you're not going to buy it.
Yes, no.
So you stay there.
So how did you move around?
You won't come back.
How did
I
you
know,
move
I'm
around?
just asking. Okay.
I didn't go with a vehicle anyway.
Okay.
I needed some mobile. I needed a vehicle to go around to make
Okay.
my journey, my movement easy. But it wasn't funny. Bike is worse.
Oh, they say
The 300 naira before you take is now 1,500.
Awa.
So
That's
people are.
5.
My goodness! I said what? That means Lagos is even better.
Is democracy really working? Fatunke,
Sorry?
is democracy working?
Oh, democracy is not working. I've always said that. Them all crazy.
Oh.
Crazy demonstration. Demonstration of crazy. Fella said it. And then he gave that one said, confusion, boom, yepa,
What a
double
country!
wahala for them. Truth of the matter is, a truth that is constant. You have cancer, recognize you have cancer and you have limited time. Don't say you have cancer, then you want to run to church, want to run to mosque, want to run to. You are begging the issue. The cancer of Nigeria is that we keep on saying we are running government and we are running democracy when we are not. Just a government for a few, by a few,
For a few.
federing a few. At a time when you and I, majority of us are looking for what to eat, people are buying cars, people are buying private jets, people are buying presidential jets, and all that. It's not that we are saying they should not eat. But you see, empathy is such
Yeah,
that
that's the word.
if you say you have it in your
Yeah.
hands, you are happy with having it in your hands, step out of your house. Kidnappers are waiting for you. Is it not better for you to have just a little that will just satisfy you, others too are spread, so that you run into trouble? Those are the people that are going to come and help you.
So how do we prefer solutions when things like this? Can Nigeria work?
Nigeria can
So
work.
what's the solution?
The solution is embrace the truth, tell ourselves the honest truth. One, democracy is not working. Two, listen to the patriots, listen to young people who are around and saying the truth to ourselves. Let's begin to lead by example. Let's use capacity, character, competence, and compassion. Let it be others before ourselves. Then we all sit around a table and take decisions to say the amalgamation and that Nigeria is not negotiable is something that we should throw away out there. Nigeria is negotiable. We have to renegotiate how we are going to continue to govern ourselves. Our politics is not working. If elections happen in 2027, tomorrow, it's even going to be worse than all what. So why are we not telling ourselves the truth? We are talking about fuel queue. Tessie says she doesn't know which is the truth. The truth is that we are being lied to. They know that we know that they know. So what are we saying? But the time bomb is ticking. It's ticking gradually. And if care is not taken, if people believe that they can run elsewhere, they may be deceiving themselves. So let's all come back, recognize, like Professor Daya Akinwili said, openly on national television, we have failed. You see, that realization of that truth, you may think it's an ego thing. You are on your way to recovery. But when you are failing and you are saying you are succeeding, continue to deceive yourself, like Humpty Dumpty, who sat on a big wall, when he's going to have a fall, all the king's men and all the king's horses will never be able to put Humpty Dumpty together again. A word is enough for the wise.
All right, it's the Bumper Breakfast Show. But right now, we go on this quick break. When we come back, we come to look at some stories that make it to the front page of the Nigerian News Daily. We'll be back.